Hi everyone, welcome and thank you very much for joining me here on IPO Market Watch. It is December 30th, 2024 and I have a prediction for the year of 2025 as far as the $6 stock that I'm going to show you in this video. I am very excited about this $6 stock. I think that it's going to be one of my best investments for 2025. Big words to say, so we'll see, we'll see. But please, watch until the end so you understand how in the world I'm going to go about investing in this, right? So don't just, as soon as you see what it is, shut the video off and expect that this is going to explode, right? Just hear me out. Okay, and before I get to that $6 stock, I do like to say something, right? I want to say something for retail investors because there's a lot of institutions or articles online or whatever, and they're trying to, gain your attention, and you can think that they are, geniuses, and they're telling you these things that are common sense, right? They're talking to you about volatility, negative things coming ahead and all that stuff. Guys, it's common sense. I mean, the S&P 500 is up 30% right now, 30%. Earlier this year, it was like 35% up, right? So when you have the S&P 500, for example, you can look at the NASDAQ, same thing, Dow Jones, same thing. When you have such huge gains in 1 year, you can expect a correction. That's just not normal.
Good afternoon.
You can't have the S&P 500 up 30%, 35% and expect that in 2025 we're going to go on a massive bull run, right? There's got to be a correction. That's one. Two, besides the correction part, don't be afraid. If you invest your money right, the correction won't really affect you, right? Trust me. I'll show you with this $6 stock why I think it's going to be a good investment, no matter what, if we have a correction or not. I still think it's going to be a great investment. We'll talk about that. And the other thing is the common sense, pure common sense, guys. When you have a new administration taking place, doesn't happen every year, obviously, every 4 years. But when you have a new administration taking place, that means new policies. That means new ways of affecting the market, whether stimulating in the positive way or the negative way. So that's volatility in the negative way. The market doesn't like uncertainties. So until we get settled down with the new administration, we're going to have volatility. It just, it's common sense. All right, now that I got that out of the way, let's go slowly towards that $6 stock. Overall on the Discord on December 23, 2024, one of our members said, guys, I see something cooking in HOLO, ticker symbol HOLO, right? So I think it was trading around $1.29, $1.35 at that time. We'll look at the chart. Yep, $1.30, right? So this is when the member said something is probably cooking with HOLO. Right now, guys, in pre-market at the time of me recording, December 30th, 2024, 7:58 a.m. Eastern time, HOLO is at $3. So from 1:30 to 3, within just, a few days, that's within a week, that's a pretty good game. We also have Z-Car, that was on December 26, 2024. I told my members that I will buy it at $291. That was during pre-market. There was a whole conversation about it that I had with members during pre-market, and they knew I was going to get in. I told them I'm thinking about getting in and all that stuff. We were talking about it, and then I told them at $291 I'm going to get in. Later in pre-market, we sold at $341, so huge gains on that. If you want to join us on Patreon, the link will be in the description below. That's how you join the Discord, by becoming a member of Patreon. There's tools. That's actually the reason why, if anyone wants to join, is to use the quant data tools available in the Discord. Powerful 17 tools that will help you become a better investor. Okay, so the $6 stock, guys, is FS Credit Opportunities Corp, ticker symbol FSCO. If we look at the past 1 year, this is the 1 year chart, this is up 15.6%. That's not bad. That's awesome. A nearly 16% positive return in the past 1 year. And let me tell you why this is undervalued big time. So FS Credit Opportunities Corp, guys, is a closed-ended fixed income fund that is launched by Franklin Square Capital Partners. And this fund, guys, seeks to invest in securities of companies that are operating across diversified sectors, primarily investing in global credit, including secured and unsecured floating and fixed rate loans, bonds, and other things. Now, I will, if that all sounds confusing to you, I will explain it to you in this video very shortly, very briefly, but I think you'll understand. And I'm also going to prove to you why this is still trading undervalued, not only just when we look at the NAV, but also compared to peers. So diversified sourcing, the other thing that I like about this ticker is that it has a joint venture with JP Morgan. So JP Morgan committed $10 billion to private credit with the goal of disintermediating traditional direct lenders. And you have FS Investments, which is granted priority access to this private credit opportunity, not to mention already 16% positive return. And also, guys, I forgot to mention that it pays a monthly dividend every single month. I'll show you that also. We can look at FSCO's portfolio overview, which is about $2.2 billion in total assets and growing, 76 portfolio companies, 63% has to do with floating rate assets. But the most important part, guys, is that 82% of it is senior secured debt. Senior secured. And there's a big difference with senior secured and senior unsecured debt. Now, why is this trading to a discount, right? On a discount. Well, look right here, guys. So if we look right here, we have the NAV, the market price. So it's at 667. And then you have the NAV, which is at $7.24. The other thing that we can see here is this is very important. So the blue line, guys, is FSCO. The red line is its NAV, right? And we know it's trading below the NAV. And then we have the yellow line, which is the peers, right? The yellow dotted line, that's FSCO's peers and their competitors. And then the peers NAV, right? I hope you're not confused. You can see that FSCO is trading below its NAV. It has exceeded the returns and how well it is compared to its peers. And this has to do, guys, with the growth of, let's say, $10,000 investment. You're getting a better growth with FSCO. If we were to look at the 10-year premium discount, all right, so the 10-year premium to discount percentage, here you see the peers and here you see FSCO. Again, FSCO is much more attractive. So senior secured loans are a primary source of funding for companies to finance growth or daily operations. As their name suggests, senior secured loans are the most senior part of the capital structure and are secured or backed by the borrowing company's assets. And FSCO management is doing an amazing job the past 1 year. Amazing job in the senior secured debt that they are getting themselves involved in. And you can see that on their fund growing over 16% in the past 1 year, which I think is a phenomenal growth. In the most recent meeting we had with Federal Reserve, as far as the Fed rate cuts are concerned, we had a 0.25 basis points cut, fine. But what did Jerome Powell signal to the market and to everyone, right? What did he signal? He signaled, first of all, data-driven. Okay, we get that. And that's what, it shouldn't be a surprise. But also Jerome Powell said that possibly 1 or 2 for 2025 Fed rate cuts. And the Fed also has signaled that we are going to we're going to have a sticky, 3% inflation range around there for quite some time. I don't think the inflation is going to be solved in 2025. So that's actually a good thing for FSCO if we could just stick around that 3%. It's not a bad thing. And for FSCO investors, it's fine. So dividends, I told you it is every single month. Now, yes, it is just 6 cents, but it has been growing. It was 4 cents something, then it went to 5, then it went to 6. That's a positive sign. Now, would I go all out on this? Obviously not, right? You don't do that. You diversify, guys. So you diversify your investments, but seeing that the market in general, NASDAQ, Dow Jones, S&P 500 are overvalued in my opinion, and there should be a correction, I am very careful with where I put my money in. So if I were to, the way I would invest now, because I'm trying to be very careful, is to either invest in something that is below intrinsic value, that is undervalued, all right? Let's say it like that, something that is undervalued, and if to hold for the 2025, something that has a lot of growth ahead of it, right? I think the space industry has tremendous growth ahead of it. I think that the oil and energy and gas will do well in 2025. If you have U.S. companies, I think they will. Europe will probably import more American oil and gas, and then this one, I think this is also going to do well, very well. So yeah, those are the careful ways I would go about it. And then anything else, probably like short term in and out. So that's that. Let me know in the comment section below if you like this $6 investment idea. What do you think about it? Do you think it's good or not? And everyone, Happy New Year. This is definitely my last video of the year. And let's see what happens in 2025. Will I be right on these 3 topics that I've been covering lately? You know, the oil and energy, space sector, and then this one with the secured senior secured loans, which I think is a pretty cool investment idea. Personally speaking, for me, not for you, right? You have to do your own due diligence. All right, everyone. Happy New Year and take care. Bye.